Wow, guys, at times this game can be so incredibly gorgeous. Hey guys, Morphologist here, and welcome back. So, about a week ago now, I made a video featuring the new mod by Peaceman for Medieval Engineers, which adds water into the game. During that video, I asked you guys to submit to me your best creations in Medieval Engineers, so that I could add them to my village. And boy oh boy did I receive some interesting ideas, like this automatic wind-powered farming device. But unfortunately, I received so many that I can only show you my top 3. And so, let's begin. Coming in at number 3, it's the Town Mill by Volpodrak. I've selected this one for number 3 because it's not only functional, but quite well thought out and detailed on the interior. It includes a wagon, living quarters, and a milling section on the top, which actually converts a single windmill into 2 grinding stones. Pretty cool idea. Plus, it has a lot of well thought out structure in here, which as an architect, I find to be really, really cool. So great work, Volpodrak. Great attention to detail. Number 2 is an interesting one. It's an Imperial Galleon made by Mike Angel. Now, although I didn't ask for anybody to create a boat, I also didn't say that they couldn't, so the fact that he did this is already pretty interesting. Mike must have spent a ton of time on this thing because it is incredibly detailed, and I can see how he labored over trying to get the shape right, considering the limitations of Medieval Engineers and its very, very blocky looking square pieces of wood. And I think he really pulls it off. But it's not just good looking, it's also very easy to use, which is something that I can't say of all the ships that I've tried using in the past on the water mod. You see, you just push this rudder bag here and you can simply turn the ship without any issue whatsoever. Not only that, but it has living quarters and a crafting station. It's basically a little house on the water that you can run between villages. You could basically, say on a RP server, live on this and make your way as a trader. You trade from the big cities to the small towns and deliver much needed supplies. So you can see then why I might have selected the ship as number 2, because it just inspires the imagination of what's possible in the water mod. It also provides my city with an ample way to transport goods from city to city, town to town, and to defend the water. So it's fitting then that my new galleon by Mike brings me to the bonus. Yes, there's a bonus in this video of somebody who submitted something a little bit over the top for my competition. This was a really hard choice to make. Sipiter Adder, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, apologize if I'm not, made an entire village, basically, a dock town if you will, called Waterfront Road to add to my city. Unfortunately, I couldn't add it in because the grid was just too big and intersected with the grid that I used to make my own. It's kind of an issue, I think, with Medieval Engineers, but I had to show it anyway because there's just so much time and love he put into this. All these rooms and ideas, a church and an inn, even with labeled areas where you can stay. It's incredible. And for that, I have to say, very well done. Very deserving of one of the top spots of all the submissions that I received. Now, because I couldn't add it to my own city, I decided to make it part of an entirely separate one, and if I ever should make an RP server based on this map, this will be one of the other towns you can travel to. I'm sure people would just love to add on to it, and I think that's kind of the idea, you know, having a world that's partially made, that has places to go, but has the opportunity for you to go off and create your own house, your own adventure, your own ideas. Thank you so much, Accipiter, for all your hard work. It is greatly appreciated and is well deserving of being in the world that I created here. We arrive finally at my number 1 slot. A very oddball submission that I thought was a creative solution to an otherwise difficult issue. You see, Viridis had noticed in one of my streams that it was difficult to get up the slope to my castle, and so proposed an elevator. Except interestingly, he wanted to use wind to power its motion, which is just fantastic. He created this clutch system with catch blocks and gears in order to transfer the wind power through a set of gears that are connected to these interesting rope belts. The rope belts are then connected to a car at the bottom, which is occupiable or loadable with other materials. It's a bit difficult to use. It requires that you operate a brake up and down gear, otherwise it will go too far and snap. But considering that it makes going up a vertical incline so much more easy, I think it might be well worth it if you're willing to take the risk. The whole idea kind of reminds me of something that Da Vinci might have sketched up. Really fantastic work here, Viridis. It definitely deserves the #1 slot for just how strange it is, just how cool it is, and for the fact that it actually works. I think it's something that I'm going to have to add to my castle, and it's something that you guys can also check out for yourself down in the description below. That's where I'll have a link to the worlds that I've featured in this video that have all the submissions in it. I'll also have individual links to the individual submissions by all the creators in that description. But if you don't have the game and you still want to check it out, make sure you check out my live stream that I did on the subject where I go through all of the community creations submitted to me. It's about 2 hours long and it's pretty fun. If you would like to participate in the next event that I'm going to have in Medieval Engineers or any game, make sure you check out the Discord channel, which will also be in the description below. But that's all for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and for your submissions. If you liked me, you liked the video, or if you'd like to see more, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.